dust all blocked there, and the water comes out. That is when dirt-free water. When that is accumulated, it becomes so clean. Exactly how described? Some of the river, they have this. You can see the river bed so clearly. Okay. So you just imagine like this. So this mind, that is the proliferating Buddha nature. Now, this proliferating Buddha nature is one, and then you see the emptiness of this proliferating Buddha nature. These two are very different, right? Emptiness of this proliferating Buddha nature, which is the natural Buddha nature, that experience is far, far more profound, right? And then many practitioners, they are striving so much to activate this proliferating Buddha nature to feel the purity of that. The moment they feel that, they are just all stuck with this. They are stuck with this, with such awe and they continue to practice this. This is very precious, but then this is only the halfway. And provided you meet with the correct teacher, with somebody who has very holistic picture, then we'll take you to the next half. That is to see the natural Buddha nature, the emptiness of that. So what happens is that even this proliferating Buddha nature, the purity that you see, all this pure there, so even this is subjectively impure. Your mind is impuring it. But it is not illusion. It is not dream. We made the distinction, the dream and the dreamlike. It's so precious. But still, we are in a dream. We are in a nice dream. This is a very nice experience. It's so profound. This is a part of a dream, right? So when you subject this to emptiness, we have to learn. Tomorrow, if you get time, we'll go into the emptiness of the mind to do some, say, the meditation emptiness of the mind. If you don't get time, never mind, next year. Okay, so the point is that, so this one, we want to learn how to see the emptiness of the mind. Then we see the emptiness of this. Then what happens? Okay, let's say I'm a small child. Okay, not only me, each one of us, a small child. And then you are staying so relaxed. You are staying so relaxed. And the parents are very happy, right? Usually the children, what harass the parents, draw their attention. You want your attention. And say each one of us, we are like a small child, and we're staying very relaxed, so calm, peaceful. Suddenly, somebody brings, okay, I don't know, but this happens in Israel, but it happens in India sometimes. Say the parents and the children, when they're in the car, and some of the small item sellers on the road, they sell the things. And then these people, they know the tactics so well. The children, they're very peaceful, the parents are very peaceful, right? And these people, they come, something to do with the small children, right? And parents, they deliberately try to warn the people, get out, get away, right? And they know the parents are not happy when they come. They go to the child and they do like this. And the child is just attracted, pulled, right? And the child is, please buy this, right? So there what happens is the child sees the object. The moment the child sees the object, the child gets stuck there. You're getting it? The moment you see this, the pure nature, you get stuck there. Wow, you get stuck there. You're getting it? Even in fact, if this is a wow, seeing the emptiness of this is 100 times the wow. But you get stuck there with wow. The next story is to see that even this is like a dream. Even this is not from the object. From the object, there's nothing really there. So your mind is there. Now from the object, there's nothing to hold you, nothing to glue you, right? You see the emptiness of the most wonderful that you are seeing from the object is the mind, pure mind. Even that you realize that it's not from the object, it's coming from my mind. So now, what is left from the object to hold you? What is left from the object to hold you?
Nothing.
Huh? No, the pure state of the mind, you see that it's not from the object. When you say it's not from the object, now what is left from the object to hold you, hold your mind? Nothing. This is when your mind is freed. You're getting it? This is when your mind is freed completely. Okay, how many of you in your life have that experience? say you are very busy, you have to do something here, right? You have to take care of family, your job, then the birthday party there, and the marriage party there, and you have to attend all. Marriage party is what? For you to suffer you, or to make you celebrate, to make you happy? Does it really make you happy? You have so many things to do, this thing, all these, with precise dates, timing, in one day. These say like 10 different events to catch up. All these 10 is so much of fun for you, very lucky. That you have so many, 10 times of happiness, right? Are you happy? No, you feel it's a burden, right? You have to do this. And the moment, the next day, okay, somebody says, now you're tired, I know, right? I will do everything for you. Don't worry, right? And then, okay, telephone switch off. All the other responsibilities, somebody does for you. What do you feel? Nothing is there to hold you. Nothing is there to glue you. So the moment we see something objectively, that holds you. That holds your mind. Be it good or bad, right? Be it good or bad. Both holds your mind. The moment that is samsara. That is samsara. So moment that is, you see that nothing's really there from the object. Nothing really there from the object. Then you find the rest. This is the final rest of your mind. And your mind has been trapped by the objective existence, by the perception of objective existence, since how long? Since beginningless time, your mind, the poor mind, has been busy, 24/7, since time immemorial till now. Now you'll be immune, right? We're immune. But when you see the emptiness, then you will see that your mind rests. When your mind rests, that rest is what we have never experienced before. That restful state of the mind we have never experienced before. So that rest is so profound. You just feel like crying when you feel that feeling of the rest, right? Okay, and physiologically, you could feel the mind, the inside. There's a tremendous tranquility being felt, which you've never experienced before. So this is so precious. This is something which you will not experience even if you see that the purity of your mind is manifested. You will not feel that profound experience. Okay, so these are things that we need to whenever there's a Dharmadhatu coming there, keep in mind the two things. The proliferating Buddha nature, where your mind has the capacity to become pure, cleaner, one thing. And the other one is natural Dharmakaya, where the emptiness of that very mind, even that is like an illusion coming from your mind. Then nothing's left there to attract you, to pull you, right? That is when your mind is freed. That is the total freedom. Okay, natural, okay, let's say, what we said is natural Buddha nature. Okay, so now the point is, this morning I said something. If you remember, so we have the two Buddha natures, and then when each one of us become Buddha, then you have the Jnana Dharmakaya and the Swabhava Dharmakaya, two. So your proliferating Dharmakaya, the proliferating Buddha nature will become the Jnana Dharmakaya, the Buddha's mind. Jnana Dharmakaya meaning the Buddha's mind. And the natural Buddha nature will become the Swabhava Dharmakaya, which is the emptiness of the Buddha's mind. Now, okay, let me give an example. Let's say, how the rains are formed. First we need the empty space, right? We need empty space. In the empty space, the clouds are formed. From the empty space, the clouds are formed. With the clouds, okay, let's say the empty space, then the water vapor will go up in the sky, and then will become cloud. Then the rains are showered. So just imagine that. So now, say the empty space is like the Swabhava Dharmakaya or the natural Dharmakaya. Empty space is the emptiness of Buddha's mind. So from this, then the vapors get the space. From this, okay, let's put it in a very blue sense. From this, the vapors manifest because of the water evaporated by the sun. The vapors manifest there. That is the Jnana Dharmakaya. These vapors, then they solidify, not really solidify, they become more condensed and they become the cloud. That is the Rupakaya. From the Rupakaya, then the rains are showered. This is the blessings, this is the Buddha's activities for the sentient beings. So the sentient beings, the seeds are germinated. Sentient beings are germinated. Sentient beings are matured. You're getting it? So finally we see that everything comes, even the Buddha's activities, the final root of the Buddha's activities is the open space. That open space, which is so precious, which is the beginning of the Buddha's activities, which is the Bhava Dharmakaya, natural Dharmakaya, the emptiness of Buddha's mind. From this emptiness of Buddha's mind, then the Buddha's mind manifests. From the Buddha's mind, then the Rupakaya is manifested. Right? Buddha's, with the physical appearances manifest, with the Buddha's mind as the basis. And the Buddha's mind it manifests from emptiness. Emptiness of Buddha's mind. Okay, this is how these two are connected. Okay, good. Now we read. Okay, stanza 9. A Vaidriya, that precious gem, is luminous at all times, but if confined within its ore, its light is not visible. Just so the Dharmadhatu, now we need to think of the two. One, the proliferating Buddha nature, and the other, the natural Buddha nature. A Dharmadhatu free of stain, while it's obscured by the afflictions. So in our case, we don't see this Dharmadhatu now. We don't see that. We don't see that purity now. Why it is not seen? While it is obscured by the afflictions, in samsara it doesn't shine its light. Although the purity is there. The purity is there within the mind, but does not come out because it is defiled by the afflictions. In samsara it doesn't shine its light. But in nirvana it will beam. So when it's nirvana, when the afflictive obscurations are removed. When the afflictive obscurations are removed, then the light inside, the purity comes out. Okay. And okay, first let me read this. 11. If this element exists through our work, we'll see the purest of all gold. Okay, which I mentioned earlier. Say a handful of sand. If you squeeze this, no oil will come out. Right? Even if you put exert effort to draw oil out of the sand, it's just totally in vain, totally waste of your time. Because it doesn't have any quality of the potential for oil. Whereas if we squeeze the sunflower seeds or the peanuts and so forth, these different nuts and the sunflower seeds, then the oil come out because it has the element of the oil. Likewise, if you put effort, if there is no purity inside, intrinsic purity inside, then there's no point in putting effort to become enlightened and so forth. Because the purity is there, then if you put effort, then purity will come out. Like the water of the Falcon River. What river? Yahon River, right? It's very dirty, but the purity is always there. But the purity of that is always there. The intrinsic nature of the water is not impure, it's so pure. Okay. 11. If this element meaning the Dharmadhatu, if this Dharmadhatu exists through our work or through our effort, we will see the purest of all gold. The gold, say, in the gold ore mixed with the soil and another ordinary soil, in our eyes these two are same. But one has the element of gold, other doesn't have the element of gold. Where this element of gold, you try to remove the soil, the gold will start to glow. Likewise, in our case it says, yes, 11. If this element exists through our work, we will see the purest of all the gold. Without this element, despite our toil, our efforts, nothing but misery will be produced. Only misery will come into being. 12. Just as grains, when covered by the husk, are not considered rice that can be eaten. So with the husk there, we cannot really eat it directly. So it's covered by the husk. What is eatable is inside. The husk is not eatable. While being shrouded in the afflictions, the Buddha nature, when covered by the afflictions, it is not named Buddhahood. it is not named Buddhahood. So it is there, the purity is there, but the purity is in a what? Dormant state. When it is in a dormant state, it is known as Buddha nature. It's not the Buddha. When it becomes manifest, then the Buddha nature manifests in the Buddhahood. Okay. 13. Just as rice itself appears when it is free from all its husk, the Dharmakaya, clearly Dharmakaya, the Buddha's mind, clearly manifests once it is free from the afflictions. Okay, so there again Dharmakaya, we can think of the Jnana Dharmakaya and the Swabhava Dharmakaya, the two. So once it is free from the afflictions. Banana tree don't have a pit. That is used as an example in the world. For example, say the banana pit, meaning some of the trees, the trees, you cut it, the stem seems to be so strong and hard, you cut it, inside it's just hollow. That is used as an example in the world. But the fruits, the very pit, in their sweetness we do eat. Meaning that, say, oh, this is just ordinary person, this is just hopeless person, this is so unkind person, this is so selfish person, we just dump them. But the true nature of this person's mind is not to be dumped. It is like the sweetness of the fruits. But the fruits, the very pit, that is a Buddha nature. In the old sweetness we do eat. That is so precious. 15. Just so when samsara without pit is released from the affliction's peel, its fruition, Buddhahood itself, turns into nectar for all beings. So however, say, sometimes do we come across, let's say, to know about some people who are otherwise considered as dacoit, and later on transformed, become a great saint. Can you think of such beings? Are there some stories? Jew stories, Christian stories? Yes? Tibetan story. Okay, just Milarepa is a good story. Yes. There are, in Tibetan there are several of these stories where the person initially was like a dacoit, was like one of the popular one is Angulimala. Angulimala, do you know about that? The one with the garland of the fingers, right? One with the garland of fingers, meaning that so how he became like that is a different story. So he was somehow assigned. He was misguided. And assigned to kill 1,000 people. And promise that you will get the instruction or teaching which will take you to enlightenment. So this was totally, deliberately misguided. And he took it very seriously. He started to kill people. So every time, how he counts the number of the people that he killed, every time he killed somebody, he would, the anguli, the small finger, he would cut that and put it as a part of his ornament. So already he had like 999 fingers intact. Right? Anguli meaning the small finger. Mala means the garland of the small fingers. Okay. So later on then, he was now so excited to get the final person. Once he got a final person, he's going to abandon his job and he's going to he thought he was going to receive the final teaching and become enlightened. Then he could not find anybody. He became so notorious to the extent that everybody who hears about him, so scared that they don't dare to even go close by where he lives. So one day his mother felt that, okay, so my son, nobody likes him, he must be hungry, he must not be getting any food, so I will go to check and give some food to him, purely out of love. She went there, and even she may be killed, yet she sacrificed herself out of love for the child. She went there And the Angulimala was so happy to see the last person. That is, he knew that is his mother. Then, on the verge to chase the mother, the Buddha appeared. The Buddha appeared. He's even more happy. Now I don't have to, get rid of my mother. There's the person here. So then he started to chase the Buddha, right? And the Buddha was very casually walking, and he was dashing after the Buddha. He could not catch him. And he said, "Hey guy, you stay where you are. Don't move." And the Buddha said, "I have been staying like this. You are the one who has been always moving." Right? Meaning, you are the one who's always moving in samsara and not getting anywhere. I already get out of samsara. I already came to where I should be. And then the moment he heard this, he realized that what he's saying is something very strange. Yes, I'm moving, I'm walking so fast. He's not moving, he's just walking very gently. I move so fast towards him, but I cannot catch him. So he's saying that I've been moving, and then he's not moving. That's very true. So he must be saying something else. That I'm so much thinking that I'm getting something, I don't get anywhere. Right? And he's very true. And he's so calm, peaceful, not afraid of who I am. Amazing. He wanted to reach somewhere. I'm yet to reach anywhere. Then he surrendered. Right? Then he became Arhat. He became Arhat. He realized emptiness directly, and they crossed the ocean of samsara within that very lifetime. This is Angulimala. So what I'm saying is that even if that person, once nobody likes the person, everybody simply shuns and scorns the person, but at a certain point, the person can change and become such an enlightened being. Okay, and I think like a few years ago, I heard that there's one of the person who was arrested in India. I think Danish or the European guy was arrested in India for smuggling. And he was imprisoned, like life imprisonment. And within in the prison, he started to learn Vipassana. And he became a great teacher of Vipassana. And in the prison, all the prisoners were his students. He became so popular. And he has already changed completely. He himself changed completely. And then finally, the Prime Minister or the President of that country came to India. When coming to India, requested the Prime Minister of India to release him and be allowed to go with him to the country. And he was released. So, look, such a transformation happens. So, initially considered as somebody to be dumped. Later on, we discovered when this Buddha nature comes out, it's so pure. This is what I said. Just so when samsara without pit is released from the affliction speed, when the afflictions are gone, its fruition, Buddhahood itself, turns into the nectar for all beings. 16. Likewise, from all the seeds that there are, fruits are born that match their cause. By which person could it then be proved that there is a fruit without a seed? Okay. So when we see that the through practice, we become okay. This is related to the question yesterday. Somebody is asking a question that through practice we see that we can become enlightened. We can become more compassionate. Where is this compassion coming from? Right? So external factors are there, but the seed should be inside. Without the seed, nothing will come out. So that seed inside. So stanza 16. Likewise, from all the seeds that there are, fruits are born that match their cause. What comes out? The fruits that come out that match the cause. If the mango comes out, the early seed is mango seed, not the apple seed. Fruits are born that match the cause. So when the Jnana Dharmakaya, Buddha's mind comes out from a practice, which means that you earlier, when you were a sentient being, you had the proliferating Buddha nature. When the national Dharmakaya, Swabhava Dharmakaya comes out with your practice, which means that earlier when you were a sentient being, you had the national Buddha nature within you. Okay. By which person could it then be proved that there's a fruit without a seed? saying, how can you prove that the result comes into being without a seed? So which means that all sentient beings, they have that seed of the perfection, the Buddha nature is within us. 17. This basic element, which is the seed, is held to be the basis for all phenomena. Through its purification, step by step, the state of Buddhahood will attain. Okay, this is the very important stanza. Say, at one point we'll realize that in many of the very advanced texts, there's a mention of how everything that we encounter, they are nothing but the radiance of your mind. You're getting it? Everything that you experience, everything, literally everything that you experience, they are the radiance of our minds. Okay, let's see, let me read this. Okay, let me read this. Okay, it reads, this from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama's prayer for proliferating the Dharmadhatu land of snows. His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama's composition, which reads, Venerable Marpando Sawa, Shebe Dorji and so on, the host of the precious Kaikyu, the source of blessings, the chain of the unexcelled masters of this outstanding tradition. To you all I pray, may the Buddha Dharma of the land of snows blaze forevermore. Okay, the next stanza, this is very precious. So the first stanza is invoking the blessings of all the lineage masters like Jesu Marpa, Jesu Milla, and so forth. And now the actual meaning. All phenomena encompassing samsara and nirvana. So what we experience is all samsara. And when our mind becomes pure nirvana, all phenomena encompassing samsara and nirvana are but the radiance of the spontaneous awareness, your own mind. They are nothing but the radiance of one's own mind. You're getting it? From this, if you connect with what we learned of the water, Group A and Group B. Group A, what do you see? Group B, what do you see? Hey, Group B, what do you see? Oh yeah, again you go back to the atoms. Atoms is for emptiness. Emptiness of the water. Emptiness of water. Okay, so let's say, why Group A, while Group B is not seeing water, Group A is seeing water. Okay, this is because of the Group A's perception. You're getting it? Perception. Perception means your mind seeing something as water. Actually, what there is just the atoms there, right? Just atoms there, electrons, protons, neutrons there, and then your mind. Electrons, protons, neutrons, they are particle. They are particle. They don't really flow, right? And then your mind, with the naked eyes, your mind, with naked eyes, you see as water there. You as a water, right? Okay, say the way we did this morning, just look at the other person sitting next to you, very quickly. Look at the other person sitting next to you. Okay, now you're more serious. Almost still smiling, but you're more serious. Okay, now, do you agree with me that the person whose face made you smile, this face is nothing but a bunch of atoms? Do you agree with him or not?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Okay, raise your hands. Who say yes, 100% is a bunch of atoms? All of us, very good. Okay, there is a bunch of atoms, but when you look at it, you see it's very nice. Not as a bunch of atoms. You see it's very nice, yes?
Yes.
Huh?
Sometimes.
Okay, particularly when the person smiles at you, it's very nice, right? Bunch of atoms, however, in different ways you arrange it, you see a bunch of atoms, there's no nice, no not nice. But when you look at it, you see it's very nice. Where is this nice thing coming from? Where? From where? It's just what your mind creates. You're getting it? It's just what your mind creates, like the dream. It's what your mind creates. Mind creates a dream, and you see it as